iconic. The so-called Four Sisters houses on Temperance Street, made out of the surplus stone from that other nearby landmark on Signal Hill. That's the back of the Four Sisters, or 2.5 of the four anyway. See what's missing? Cabot Tower. Construction on the tower started in 1897. 2 of the Four Sisters were built before, and the others were finished after. It's the bottom one that's for sale, and technically it's a commercial property. The current homeowner used to run her business here.
She's hoping that someone will buy it and turn it into something like a restaurant that other people can come in and enjoy it. There's already from a business standpoint, there's already tremendous marketing built up around this and flavor around this property anyway.
There's potential, but it's a real undertaking. It's derelict inside.
You know, when you get into these kind of projects, anyone who gets into them understands, what's involved. And it's not an easy task, but it's a task of love as well and passion. So you'd get in there and you'd restore that. It would be costly, for sure.
The houses have been abandoned a while. Almost a decade ago, squatters moved into one of the other ones. That was short-lived. Longer lasting was the smell of sewage. The sister houses reeked of it for years. Crews cracked bedrock installing a sewer system in the 70s, according to Judith Bobbitt. She owns 3 of the 4 houses.
When they built the sewage treatment plant, they had to fix the sewer here.
Bobbitt spoke to CBC in 2015 when she started restoring the homes. At the time, she said she'd been letting them deteriorate because they weren't of any value to her. Bobbitt still hopes to fix up her other 2, Hanlon says, but for now she's just selling number 31 and putting the money towards cancer research.
Those things have been corrected, to my knowledge, and now she's moving on selling them. That one there has no issues whatsoever. I should say no issues, except, of course, to restore it, right? You wouldn't be able to move in it tomorrow.
Like the name suggests, the houses were built for 4 sisters, the daughters of the stonemason who designed and built Cabot Tower. They were wedding gifts, but only 2 of the 4 daughters actually lived in the houses after getting married. According to Heritage Newfoundland and Labrador, one sister continued to live with her mother and the other died at 24. The homes were built from red sandstone and slate, walls each 2 feet thick. You can tell by the depth of the windows. There's a gap between the rock and the interior wooden walls for insulation and to keep it from rotting. Hanlon says it's held up.
They're not falling down. They're structurally sound.
A 2,200 square foot house, 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, down in the basement. The kitchen, or where the kitchen would have been, is also downstairs. That's presumably where servants would have lived and worked. You can see 3 stories from the back, but there's a 4th. From the basement, another set of stairs leads here. That's bedrock. But do you see an entrance to a tunnel? It's been rumored a tunnel runs underneath the 4 houses, dug so the sisters could visit each other.
I don't see evidence of that in this one, but that was the first one built, so maybe they added that in the other 3 when they put them in. But I haven't seen the tunnels yet, but I'm looking for them.
The Heritage Foundation of Newfoundland and Labrador designated the 4 sisters' houses as heritage structures in October 1988. This is the first one that's gone for sale since then.
It's amazing, actually. They're part of a historic part of our city, right? I've gotten hundreds of calls since my sign went on it, mainly people wanting to see the inside, but for some very serious investors as well, and people from off the island are interested as well.
So how much for this piece of history, the oldest of the 4 sisters? It's listed for $300,000. Katie Breen, CBC News, St. John's.